Our chronological Bible reading for July 10th is Isaiah chapters 5 through 8. Beginning with a love song written by Isaiah under inspiration of the Holy Spirit, in which God portrays himself as a gardener and Israel is his vineyard. It's an allegory of God displaying his love and singing about his love over the one he created, this vine he planted in fertile soil, giving it everything it needed to thrive and produce a bountiful crop of luscious grapes. But instead, it's not bearing fruit hardly at all, and the sparse grapes are not fit for consumption. Yahweh says in verse 4, "What more could I have done for my vineyard? Who is at fault? Is it the gardener or is it the vine?" And clearly the fault lies squarely on the vine. This shows us how God is sovereign over all things, but he still allows people to make their own choices, and we all have the capacity to choose. Many of us deceive ourselves and say, "I can't help it, I just like it this way." But to have that mindset is to deny the work of Jesus Christ on the cross. He purchased for us a way back to the Father, and we access that by denying ourselves, taking up our cross, and following in the footsteps of Jesus. His greatest joy came from his greatest accomplishment, and that was doing what needed to be done even when he didn't feel like it. Even when he was sweating drops of blood as a result of the stress he was under, knowing that he was giving his life for a people who didn't understand what he was doing and didn't appreciate it. We, because of Jesus' sacrifice, can be forgiven of all things, and we have access to be changed into the image of the Father every single day as we ask him to please help us crucify our flesh and walk by the Spirit. As long as we are in these bodies, we will have carnal desires. But the good news is we have help. We have the Holy Spirit within us. And as we humble ourselves and say, "God, I don't want to change, but I know I need to change. Please renew my heart. Please mold me into your image." He is faithful, and he does it. It is quite a miracle, and we don't deserve it, but he loves it because it gives him such glory. When a child grows up to emulate the good qualities of their parent, the parents are very proud. God designed us this way to recognize that and to have a longing for that. On the other hand, woe to those in verse 11 who get up early in the morning in pursuit of beer, who linger into the evening inflamed by wine. For those who continually resist the Holy Spirit's promptings to draw us into deeper holiness, into closer relationship with our Most High God. For those who chase after the lust of the flesh continually, seeking to do things that bring pleasure to our bodies, these temporary tents in which we dwell, woe to them. When we sear our consciences by continually doing what we know to be wrong, God hands us over to a depraved mind. Look around at the world and all of those who are calling good evil and those who are calling evil good. They have rejected God. They have rejected truth, and God has handed them over to themselves. God, in his kindness and in his humility, doesn't force anyone to believe in him or to conform, but those who reject him and oppose him will suffer the consequences of their actions. The dividing line is getting clearer. The gray areas are disappearing, and we all must choose to be on one side or the other, because it is much more dangerous for those who are walking out their lives in the gray area. As Jesus said to the church at Laodicea in Revelation 3, "I know your works. You're neither cold nor hot. It would be better for you if you would choose one or the other. Because you're lukewarm and neither cold nor hot, I will spit you out of my mouth." These believers thought they were rich. They thought they were well off and they took great comfort in their position, but Jesus tells them, you don't know how poor you are. The best thing you can do is to buy from him gold that's been refined by fire. In that way, you can be rich. You can have white garments which represent purity. The tainted church is one that thinks they are approved because of their faith, and yet their works show they have an allegiance to something other than the Most High God. We are called to be bond servants. That means servants by choice, and therefore we must bring into subjection our thoughts and our desires. We must train our minds and our bodies to follow the leading of the Holy Spirit. May God give us the grace to walk by faith in obedience. By doing this, we can fulfill the hope of God. In verse 7, some of our Bibles are translated to say, God hoped for righteousness, but he saw unrighteousness. He hoped for justice and saw injustice. In many of our Bibles, instead of hope, it says he expected righteousness and saw unrighteousness. He expected justice, but saw injustice. Interestingly, it's the same word that's translated as wait in Isaiah 40:31. It means to be bound up together with. It's like cords being twisted and stretched together to make a rope. God is hoping and expecting and waiting for us. And as he waits for us, we have the opportunity to latch on to him and become more like him. Because as we wait for him, chapter 40, verse 31 says, we will mount up with wings as eagles. That's symbolic of rising up in the sky, looking down as an eagle would as it soars. To mount up with wings as eagles is to gain heaven's perspective. It's to start seeing things through God's eyes. It's a picture of gaining wisdom. Of course, when we think about waiting on God, we say God's trying to teach us patience. And in a sense, patience is a part of the maturation process, but more so than God trying to teach us a lesson, he's inviting us in to gain his perspective. He's helping us to become more like him, but he is also waiting for us and ready to be bound together with us through our obedience that results from our faith. May God give us the faith to walk in obedience. May he give us the faith and the patience required to wait upon him, to be bound together with him as we're joyfully expecting him to come and defend us, to come and provide for us, to come and prosper us. May we submit to the process of being molded into his image for his glory, so that his power can come through us to love one another, that we would be unified as Jesus prayed, for his glory, but also for our good. God bless you, my friends. Thank you for being on this journey with me. We'll see you tomorrow.